Springtime is a-comin', sweet lonely little bird, your echo in the woodland I hear. Way down in the meadow, so sweetly you're singing, while the moonlight is shining so clear. Well, I know he's away in a far distant land, a land that lies over the sea. Go fly to him singing your sweet little song, please tell him to come back to me. Sweet Fern, sweet Fern, tell me, is my darling still true? Sweet Fern, sweet Fern, I'll be just as happy as you. Upon my finger he placed a gold ring the day he was leaving his home. Well, I promised that I'd be his own little girl, and I'd love him wherever he'd roam. But I know he's away in the far distant land, a land that lies over the sea. Go fly to him singing that pretty little song, tell him to come on home to me. Sweet Fern, sweet Fern, tell me, is my darling still true? Sweet Fern, sweet Fern, I'll be as happy as you. Tell me, sweet Fern, does he still think of me and the promise he made long ago? He told me he'd come back from over the sea. Oh, why do the years go so slow? Well, I know he's away in a far distant land, the land that lies over the sea. Go fly to him singing your pretty little song, tell him to come back to me. Sweet Fern, sweet Fern, tell me, is my darling still true? Sweet Fern, sweet Fern, I'll be just as happy as you. Oh, to be just as happy as you. Roses pressed in a Bible, they bring me sweet memories of you. Pretty roses, but withered and faded, just the same as the love we once knew. Yesterday's roses, covered with teardrops, yesterday's teardrops, they sparkle like dew. I'll always treasure yesterday's roses, telling the stories that can never come true. Sometime when I'm all alone, dear, my poor heart is breaking inside. True love we might have known, dear, but just like the pretty roses, it died. Yesterday's roses, covered with teardrops, yesterday's teardrops, they sparkle like dew. I'll always treasure yesterday's roses, telling the story that can never come true. Memories live through the ages, still they bring only regret. Roses pressed in a Bible, they remind me I will never forget. Yesterday's roses covered with teardrops. Yesterday's teardrops sparkle like dew. I'll always treasure yesterday's roses, 'cause they tell the story that can never come true, telling the story that never came true. One evening while out for a ramble, the hour was just about 9. I met a young maiden in Frisco on the corner of Kearney and Vine. On her face was the beauty of nature. Her eyes, they seemed to expand. Her hair, so rich and so brilliant, was entwined in a blue velvet band. We strolled down the street then together. In my pocket she placed her small hand. She planted the evidence on me, did the girl in the blue velvet band. I heard the wild scream of the siren and the girl in the blue velvet band. She left me to face all the trouble with a diamond worth more than 10 grand. I went to San Quentin for stealing. God knows I'm an innocent man, but the guilty one now, she is dying. 'Tis the girl in the blue velvet band. Last night while my bedtime was ringing, I stood there close to the bars. I fancied I heard her voice calling way out on the ocean of stars. I'll be out in a week and I'm leaving, but I'll carry the name of a man who spent 10 long years in a prison for the girl in the blue velvet band. When I'm free once more, I'll endeavor to live in a faraway land. I'll bid farewell to old Frisco and the girl in the blue velvet band. When you care a whole lot about someone, and that someone thinks nothing of you, then your daydreams and castles all tumble, and your poor heart is breaking in two. Then your long, lonely days seem like ages, and your nights are all endless and blue. When you care a whole lot about someone, and that someone thinks nothing of you. Then your long, weary days seem like ages, and your nights are all endless and blue. When you care a whole lot about someone, and that someone thinks nothing of you. Way down in old Kentucky, 'twas many years ago, when we used to hunt the possum and the coon. The darkies used to gather round and have a merry dance, while the banjo and the fiddle were in tune. Then we'll hang up the banjo and the fiddle on the wall, lay away the bones and tambourine, 'cause death has carried away my rose, the sweetest flower that bloomed in the little old log cabin by the stream. Well, the stream is running just the same, the willows on its side are waving o'er the grave of Rosalie. And it's there I sit beside her grave to while the hours away, and I wonder when the same will shelter me. No more we'll hear the merry songs, nor see the days of yore, the little ones a-rollin' on the green, nor the merry smile of Rosalie, the fairest flower that bloomed in the little old log cabin by the stream. In that little old log cabin by the stream. Under the old umbrella, safe from the pattering rain, under the old umbrella, down through the orchard lane, you nestle close, my sweetheart. We knew no sorrow or pain under the old umbrella, listening to the pattering rain. Remember the days long ago, sweetheart, when I was your beau. I carried your books to school, where they taught us the golden rule. With our old umbrella, we spent happy hours, dreaming beneath April showers, under the old umbrella, safe from the pattering rain, under the old umbrella, down through the orchard lane, you nestle close, my sweetheart. We knew no sorrow or pain under the old umbrella, listening to the pattering rain under the old umbrella. listening to the pattering rain. The wheel of the wagon is broken. Well, it ain't gonna turn no more. My days on the prairie are over. There's weeds round the old ranch door. There ain't any campfires smoking where we sang when day was through. The wheel of the wagon is broken. Gone is the west that we knew. Goodbye, old faithful. There's a sign on the ranch for sale. Goodbye, dear old faithful. Well, it looks like the end of the trail. The wheel of the wagon is broken, 'cause there's weeds round the old ranch door. The wheel of the wagon is broken. It ain't gonna turn no more. Goodbye, old faithful. There's a sign on the ranch for sale. Goodbye, old faithful. It looks like the end of the trail, 'cause the wheel of the wagon is broken. Just ain't gonna turn no more. My days on the prairie are over. There's weeds round the old ranch door. Oh, how many men there are who ride in fortune's car and bolt and bar their door against the poor. Because they've lots of gold, their hearts turn icy cold. They ought to be condemned for it, I'm sure. Well, I'm speaking of the race who tramp from place to place. Some of them are men from top to toe. So if they are in need of their circumstance, take heed. Remember that a poor tramp has to live. I once heard a tramp relate the sad story of his fate, how he was just an outcast shunned by all. He once had a happy life, had a loving child and wife, but alas, like Eve, she had to fall. For she proved weak and frail, no need to tell the tale. She turned his manly heart to sad despair. Now he never sets a smile on that beautiful wife and child. Now he sadly tramps from place to place. Well, I lately saw a tramp that people called a scamp. They set their dogs on him for fear he'd steal. But as he turned away, I saw him kneel and pray, and I know the Lord above heard his appeal. It's little that we know as we tramp through rain and snow. Some of them are happy as a king, till misfortune's cruel dart comes and pierces his manly heart and takes away his home and everything. Yes, I'm speaking of the race who tramp from place to place. Some of them are men from top to toe. But if they are in need and of their circumstance take heed. Remember that a poor tramp has to live. How I long to wander back to Wonder Valley, cross the meadow where the brook comes winding through, to the girl out yonder down in Wonder Valley, whom I vowed to love 'neath skies forever blue. I'll ne'er forget her tears the day we parted, when the love light in her eyes came smiling through. I'd give all I own to be in Wonder Valley, just to wander once again, sweetheart, with you. How I long to wander back to Wonder Valley, cross the meadow where the brook comes winding through, to that girl out yonder down in Wonder Valley, whom I vowed to love 'neath skies forever blue. I'll ne'er forget her tears the day we parted, when the love light in her eyes came smiling through. I'd give all I own to be in Wonder Valley, just to wander once again, sweetheart, with you. Oh, where is my sailor boy? Oh, where is my sailor boy? He's sleeping at the bottom of the deep blue sea, and he can't come back home to me. I stand upon the beach all alone, and I gaze at the misty blue. Deep sea, as you hold him so close to your breast, does he ever mention my name to you? What does the deep sea say? Oh, what does the deep sea say? It moans, it groans, it splashes and it foams and rolls on its weary, weary way. A beautiful rose one day I placed on the crest of a wave. I said, take it please, and let its petals fall above his watery grave. The driftwood I have watched all in vain, but my rose never came back again. So waves, take another message to my love, say that I'll meet him way up above. What does the deep sea say? Oh, what does the deep sea say? Well, it guards and it holds two lovers in their sleep, and it rolls on its weary way. Yes, it guards and holds two lovers in sleep, and it rolls on its weary, weary way. Full well do I remember my happy boyhood hours, cottage and the garden where bloom the fairest flowers, the cool and sparkling water o'er which we used to sail with hearts so gay for miles away before a pleasant gale. I had a dear companion, but she's not with me now. The lilies of the valley are blooming o'er her brow. She left me sad and lonely and mourning all the day for bright-eyed, loving little Nell of Narragansett Bay. Toll, toll the bell at early dawn of day, for lovely Nell so quickly passed away. Toll, toll the bell, a sad and mournful lay, for bright-eyed, loving little Nell of Narragansett Bay. One day from us she wandered, and soon within a boat the cord was quickly loosened, and with the tide afloat the arrow bounded onward and darted through the spray with bright-eyed, loving little Nell of Narragansett Bay. Next day her form so lifeless was washed upon the beach. I stood and gazed upon it, bereft of sense of speech. She left me sad and lonely and mourning all the day for bright-eyed, loving little Nell of Narragansett Bay. Toll, toll the bell at early dawn of day, for lovely Nell so quickly passed away. Toll, toll the bell, a sad and mournful lay, for bright-eyed, loving little Nell of Narragansett Bay. For bright-eyed, loving little Nell of Narragansett Bay. What will my answer be? What can I say when Jesus beckons me home? What can I bring that will ever repay the wonderful love he has shown? Day follows night, night follows day, farther and farther I roam. What will my answer be? What can I say when Jesus beckons me home? Sometimes the clouds seem to cover his face, and sometimes the skies seem all gray. But still, by his love and his wonderful grace, does he wash all the dark clouds away. Day follows night, night follows day, farther and farther I roam. What will my answer be? What can I say when Jesus beckons me home? I know that Jesus will never forsake. His love will find the way. He will bridge every stream if his hand I will take. But when he calls, what can I say? Day follows night, night follows day, farther and farther I roam. What will my Jesus, beckons.